Hello, welcome back to the channel, Pharma Training Solutions. Now we are in pharmacognosy. So today we shall be talking about another secondary metabolite, metabolites, where we shall be talking about glycosides, phenolic compounds, and of course, and tannins. Of course, again, these are in short presentation. What are glycosides? Of course, glycoside is an molecule in which a sugar group or the glycon is bounded via glycosidic bond to another group, or the glycon or another nucleus or another group. Of course, the bond can be via oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, or sulfur, and this forms the basis of the classification for glycosides. We have a classification of glycosides. We have O glycoside, they are linked with phenol or OH group, not all. The N, they are linked via the N of the amino group. The S via the S of the thiol group. And of course the C directly bonded to the carbon atom. And also they can be classified on the basis of the glycon, the sugar which is attached, or on the basis of the glycon. Those two. Now, of course, the isolation technique of glycoside is the Stas-Otto method, which you can explain later on, which we will explain later on. I think it is in our preceding discussions. Of course, the chemical properties, we have the cardiac, saponin, steroid, flavonoid, anthraquinone, and coumarin. And also, these are a way of classifying them. However, we can form a basis of what? Basis of classification, and this one, because these are the different classes of glycosides. Now, let us go to now the glycoside based on the above. We have cardiac or steroid glycosides. Now, these are they are used in congestive heart failure and classified as cardenolides and buffanolides. Now, of course, the cardenolides, these are the cardiac, the digitalis leaf, bread leaves of digitalis purpurea, and digitalis lanata. As I have said that, for me, I'm just explaining the plants, but you need to know the description of the lanata, of the purpurea, how it is structured. It contains digitoxin or digoxin and digitoxin, because this one they are used in heart failure, used to increase cardiac contractility. The other class is buffanolides. This one is red squill. This one consists of dry bulbs of Euginia maritime. Contains silacin. Now, of course, it's used in cough. Now, this silacin is a glycoside. So, at least this is a simple description of the cardiac glycosides. Let us go to the saponin glycoside. Of course, these are used because of their detergent properties. And of course, I know at home there are those drugs that you have. Sorry, there are those plants of drugs that can form when you put in water. They form. These are the ones because they contain the saponin glycoside. They are also classified as steroidal. Now, this steroidal glycoside, they contain diazoxanide. This is now the glycoside is the principal saponinogen found in this saponin glycoside. As I've said, you can always contact us, we can clarify, or you can refer to the official books. And this is the starting point of steroid synthesis for these steroids. Of course, also they are found in this plant called ginseng, the roots of Panax ginseng. Now here they play a lot of improvement of what? Of stamina. I'm sure you know them. So when I ask you at least a plant which contains saponin glycoside, you can talk about a steroidal. We have the Panax ginseng. One strain. Okay. Now we also have another class called pentacyclic triterpenoid saponins. Now these are the ones which lather in water. These are the lather in water. For example, I have licorice root, the Glycoside glabla. This is now the plant. Because this is not a rhizome, ensure you can just explain this, which I'm explaining. Used in cold medicine. And the Quilia bark or a dried inner bark of Quillagia saponaria. Now, this one which is used as a detergent, because when it's put in water, it lathers, it forms foam. You know what I'm talking about. Of course, we have other classification of glycosides. We have the flavonoid glycosides. Of course, these are dissolved in alkalis, giving a yellow solution. That's why they are called flavonone. Classified as pure flavonone, pure flavonone, flavonol, and bioflavonoids and isoflavonoids. These ones also. And of course, the source, the plant source, where do we get them? Ginkgo biloba, just ginkgo leaves, which contain bioflavonoids and is used as an asthmatic, or because it's a bronchodilator. These are inhaled, and can also be used in elderly to improve memory when we have memory loss issues. The other class of glycosides, we have anthracene or anthraquinone glycosides. They're classified as anthraquinones. We have anthranos, anthrons, oxanthrons, dianthrons, and of course these ones are mainly found in an allele or in the aloe vera. Now, remember, I have said I'm not talking about a description of these plants, and it's very important to know the description of these plants. Aloe vera, how would we describe aloe vera? If they ask you to go and pick aloe vera, what will you pick? Of course, contain aloins. Of course, we know the uses of aloe vera. Very many uses: malaria, cough, what? Senna, Senna, Kazire contains this. I don't know what they call Kazire in English. Senna leaf, Cascara senna, these are laxatives. Cascara bark, the bark of Romus Posihanius, and rhubarb. Now remember, this is just a simplified discussion, the other classification of glycosides, we have coumarin glycosides, because these ones are not used for medicine. However, they are used as defensive mechanism in plants, because when you take them, they are toxic. And they can mostly, toncacid is used as a rodenticide to kill these rodents. We have the cyanogenic or ethiocyanated glycosides contained in plumas, these plants. Naphthoquinone glycosides, henna. Now, henna is a dye. These are the ones used as the dyes. This is a plant which contain dye. Steroidoglycosides, for example, soybean. Now, soybean is recommended for women who are in menopausal. That's postmenopausal, if they are getting those postmenopausal syndrome, because it contains these steroids. It can act as a natural source of what? Of steroids, of those hormones. Beta glycosides, gentian root. Of course, we know what it is used for, on wounds. We have the simple phenolic compounds. These are naturally occurring compounds. Now that phenol group. Here I'm not even doing the structures and all these. Examples include eugenol, vanillin, catechol, salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is from dried bark of Salicylic fragilis or Salicylis purpurea, and source of salicylin, a precursor for aspirin. Others are bearberry and very many other. Vanillin, this is from, of course, this is what we call vanilla. Catechol and very many other plant sources. Let us go briefly talk about tannins. Tannins, of course, you can contact us. We need more clarity. We can make other videos for you. Tannins, of course, these are plant extract. When they combine with animal protein in hides, they cause petrification and converting it to leather. Petrification is aging. And of course, the gold beta test is one which is the standard test for tannins. Of course, there are pure tannins and pseudotannins. Pure tannins are the ones who show positive results with gold beta skin test. I'll explain this one later. And the pseudotannins, they show negative. However, they're classified as hydroxylable tannins or hydroxylizable. This one, they can be hydrolyzed by acids and enzymes such as Tannins, such as the galantamines and the Tannins. Now, of course, these ones are found in the plants, so you're going to look at it in the next slide. Now, these are the ones which are used in animal leather. The condensed tannin not readily hydrolyzed to simpler molecules with mineral acids or enzymes, and they do not contain a sugar moiety. These ones contain a sugar moiety here. Catechins, of course, an example of condensed is catechins. We also have the pseudo tannins, and these do not respond to the gold beta skin test, but they show other tests for tannins as shown here. Properties of tannins, of course, they are soluble in water and insoluble in organic elements. They're non-crystalline in nature. They bind with protein and form insoluble. Those ones insoluble. That's why they form lather. Tests for tannins, we have gold beta skin test. They soak, this one. You soak small skin of gold beta. This is, of course, skin, gold beta skin. And then you transfer it. You transfer a tannin solution for 5 minutes, and then you add the solution. You add a solution of ferrous. A brown or black color will show on the skin. We have a gelatin test, phenazone test, and test for the pseudo ones. So ensure at least you can follow up with this. My goal is to show you these tests, but you can go further and you get more information. This especially make sure you understand what is the gold beta skin test. What are the natural sources of tannin? These are the plants which are used. We have the nut galls or Turkish balls. These are from the pathological outgrowth of young twigs of Quercus infactora, or the oak balls. They contain tannic acid, these are not, which is used in tanning of leather. We have the myrobalan, this one hydrolyzable tannins obtained from matured dried leaves of Tannaminaria chibula. Because in wounds, when you apply it on wounds, it coagulates. We have also the catechu. These are, of course, the pseudo tannins. Now, this has been a short presentation. You can always revisit the presentation and get more information as you refer to the official books. Always remain Wilson, and thank you for listening to me and watching the presentation. Others which we have are these. You can follow them. It has been brought to you by Farmer Training Solutions. You can contact us. We shall always reply. Farmer Training Solutions Limited@gmail.com. That's our WhatsApp number. Shall always reply. Thank you.